People want to talk about a few things, and that's the Final Fantasy 13 game. And but first, I want to talk about dreams. I see many people on the internet, and they all do have dreams, and they think that these dreams are coming directly and completely from God. So then they go to the internet and start to talk about what they have dreamed. But I can explain easy how it is possible that you get such a dreams because we live in such a world. You see things and it will not let you go, so you start to dream about it. And that is the only explanation I can give. Now, if you get a dream from God, I also did not know that it was possible, but it is if you do walk with God. And I don't have to talk about visions because, yeah, I never did get it in my life, and it start to come out of nothing, in the day that God did touch me. So the visions do belong to God. This is uh, a very locked up dream world people cannot understand. You understand? And normally you are dreaming, and most of the times you also, when you wake up, you do not understand that you did dream, but you dream every night. When you go sleep, you always dream. There's always a story, um, what will be hidden if you do not understand what you did dream, you know? So, yeah, it's a apart hidden world called the dream world. It's very also difficult to explain. But if I tell you visions are more locked up than all the dreams you can get, because really the visions come directly, completely from God. And dreams, yeah, it's more open, it's not that locked up. So yeah, everybody can dream, but no one can visionize. You know, you need to be with God to understand this. So, and then I go to the internet and I see people talk about their dreams. And then I tell my Father God, they have dreams about you, but none of them come true. How is that possible? You know, I go to the internet and I speak this what I see, and it directly start to come true. It's almost a little bit freaky or uh, dangerous what comes out of my mouth. That's why I'm the most dangerous guy here on earth, because what comes out of my mouth, it also start to happen. That is creepy, folks, right? That is very creepy. So, yeah, people talk about their dream world, but got nothing to do with God. You know, they dream about God and all that kind of things, you know, but God never did come by them, with them, touch them, love them, or whatever. You know, God did not do this. I'm sure about it. And then you can find it back by PayPal, and these are people. They talk about their dream, and then they try to kick you to PayPal so that you can pay for the story of the dream. You understand? I am not that way. So, yeah, if I get a dream, in the beginning I also thought, ah man, it's only a dream, you know. There's nothing special about it. But I was wrong. So I did not explain the first dream I did get from God because I thought it's just a dream, you know. But now it's different because I really do walk with God. I get visions and dreams of God, you know, and this is real. But in the way I did not walk with God, I did get many dreams, but none of it did come true. In that time, it did not work. It was what I saw and what I did go through and all that kind of things. This is what build up dreams, you know, and it can be happy or it can be not that happy. But the dream world is in your mind already. You only need to, you only will figure it out when you start to dream. And folks, you need to understand when you walk with God, you can go to the internet and can talk about it. Or else, you better do not talk because you are lying. You understand? You are lying. Not that you like to lie, but automatically you lie because you do not walk with God. It's the only thing you do not do. You do not walk with God. So the dreams never will come true. So I did dream a building collapse and many people did die. And I saw that people on the floor and like gray people, dead gray people. And I click on the internet and I see a building did collapse. And I did not know. How can I know, folks? I did get a dream about this. I directly did go to the internet, start to talk about it, and then I see this building I did dream of, and then I go to the internet again and I tell the people, yeah, that was the dream. That was the dream. It did come true directly, you know, directly, or maybe a few hours later, but most of the times my dreams come true, folks. So, yeah, that's another story. You cannot talk like me. It's not possible, folks. Don't do it because you are lying, automatically lying. You don't want this, but yeah, it's automatic lies. So, well, I don't have to dream that mountains will explode and any mountain will explode and Mount Etna again did explode, and I told you folks, and this is what Jesus never did told you, that the same mountains will explode, 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 explode many times. Not one time, because long time ago when a mountain did explode, then it takes 30, 40 years before it starts to explode again. But now we are in end times, and this is how easy you can see that we are in end times. You understand? We are in end time because mountains explode so many times in the same way. So people can start running and running and running again who live next to mountains. I say, go away from there. It's a warning, folks. It's a warning, and I know many rich people will die that way. And they do not listen. They live or on a mountain or on the feet of a mountain or next to a mountain or around a mountain. Go away if you like to live. So Mount Etna 5 times did explode. Will it explode again? Yeah, folks. Yes, it's an exploding matter, you know. And yeah, folks, that's what it is. I can do nothing about it. I only can warn you not to go and live uh, next to the things. That's the only thing I can say. Okay, folks. So yeah, I did dream a boat did go underwater. It collapsed, you know, and I did have with several buildings and in crowds, people die and all that kind of things, you know, and it all did come true. Most of all directly. So these dreams you get never come true. How is that possible? You say you do walk with God, but I see none of your dreams come true. And I don't have to talk about visions, folks, because you never did get them. And you never will. Only God's hand will give you this. Only God can give you this. But in your dream world, folks, you can dream whatever you like. But the visions of God is a locked up world. It's a part of this. But it's completely the truth. And I speak in the truth, folks, the truthful things. So that's why I always will speak the truth because I get it from God. God is my truthfully, how can I call it? Visitor? Yeah, he did visit me, he did touch me, and it it become critical in my fantasy. But my fantasy is real, you know. I do not fantasize the thing about fantasy. Okay, folks, another story about Final Fantasy 13 and 14. You only can play it on PlayStation 3 because PlayStation 4 did not make it yet. And it's a pity because 13, I play 13 now. I also do have 14. I play it on PlayStation PS3, you know. And it's a crazy game. It's very nice. Also, very good story. But I do not go for the stories. And folks, if you play that kind of games, you know, in any game, first you need to become strong. You know, you need a lot of gold uh, to become strong. So this is the first thing you always do when you start to play games. You need to become strong. You need to level up, and you don't have to level that fast, you know. You don't have to level that fast, but you need um, to become strong. You need money, folks. you need money or gold or yeah, what is in this game, what will make you strong, and then you need the the skills, you know. But first you need to become strong, and then you will get the skills automatically. So, and this Final Fantasy 13 and 14 is freaking nice game. Man, I play this game and I think, wow, man, it's the nicest game I ever did play. But I also did play, how you call this? You can go on a bird or a dragon or something else, what's flying in the air. Um, World of Warcraft. If you want to go into a dream world, play World of Warcraft, folks. It's crazy nice. It is so real. You step into that world and you forget everything around you. You even forget that you are living here on this planet. So it's a very dangerous game. I did hear many people did die because they did not want to eat anymore and want to drink anymore. You know, they're playing, and go deeply into the game like it's a dream or something you cannot come out of, you know. But folks, you need to understand you must eat and drink right on time, you know. And also, you need to take your rest. If I play for a few hours and then I quit the game and I go do other things what I need to do, you know, and what I think I need to do it. So here on the internet, what I do here, I think I need to do this for you know. And the games I play, I need to do it for myself, you know. I need to kill monsters and demons and devils. But also, I do this in the real world. And that is not a game, it's reality, you know. I destroy demons in the work I do for God. But I'm always with demons. This is when you start to walk with God. You will understand demons are behind God. God don't like them, but yeah, they are there to they try to take you away from God in any possible way what is possible. So you need to watch out for this real thing. It's very freaking real. But it's only for the children who do walk with God. These are not many. I'm telling you, folks, these are not many. There are not many me, people like me, people who think and talk and learn and all that kind of things like me. No way, folks. Dreams will not come true. And I speak truthfully, eh? Dreams will not come true if it comes from you, because it do not come from God. I'm warning you, folks, for the dreams you get. These are lying dreams. They do not come from God. Or else you need to tell me, yeah, man, I did wake up. I was standing in the middle of my room and something strange did happen. I could not walk anymore and something did come to me and started to talk to me in my mind and all that kind of things. And then I did walk on the street and it also did start to happen for real. Can you talk like me, folks? No, you cannot. So you can come with your crazy dreams on the internet. It's not a problem. You can lie about it. But you never will speak the truth. You know, people who are too late. I do walk with my Father God's timetable. And I am telling you, we are still in 2020. You understand? You people think that you already live in 2021. That's why when you tell a story or I tell a story, my story will come true. You are walking far behind. That's why the story never will come true. You need to walk with my Father God's timetable. Will it come true? You people are much too early to tell the story. What will take a long time before it will start to happen. You tell already that it happened that day, and you miss the day because you do not walk with God. You completely get it wrong. And then people start to run from God, you know? They run away because they think that they do walk with God. And God always will tell you the true stories. God never lies. But you will because you are always too early. You need to understand God's timetable, or you cannot tell the stories, folks. This is how you completely go wrong. And then I see people running away from God because they think God do lie to them. But he don't lie. He never lie. But you do not understand the time. Do you understand when I told you about a vision I did get? God did put me in a world, in a store, and there are people there, and these people did get a big clock. But I did get no clock. And I was like, all the people do have a big clock, a wooden big clock. And I got no clock. But then I opened something in the wall, and the wall go open, and I see my clock. And my clock is particular the same like yours. And then people say, oh, look, man, he finds his clock. And then I tell them, but with your clock, something is wrong. Your clock do not work. It's standing still. And my clock, it's working. That's why, folks, you never can tell this kind of dreams you did get. You always will be wrong and you will blame God for it. This is how you can blame God. God is a liar, right? You are all too early in the stories to tell and give the wrong dates and all that kind of things. So you blame God for it. You run away from God, but God never did touch you. Never told you to go to the internet. Never. He never did. So, folks, Final Fantasy 13, yeah, play the game. It's a very nice game. Really. It's a very nice game. And I know games very well. Final Fantasy, I play them all. I play them all. But 13 and 14, the most, how you call it, nicest games I ever did play is Final Fantasy 13 and 14. 14 I did not play it, but I think it's the same like 13, because yeah, it looks the same, but these are two different games, but in the same world. So I think also the things I built up now when I play it in 14, then I know how to build it up again. But then it's another world and another story, I think. I don't know. But Final Fantasy 13, folks, go play it. It's a nice game. And you play against demons. And it's always good to be against demons and devils and spirits and ghosts. I don't know what. Monsters, you know. But don't go too deep into the game because this also is a game when you play, you forget to eat and drink. You only want to play, you know. And the storyline, folks, yeah, I don't care about the storyline. But they do have also a good storyline. And yeah, then I see people talk about it in many ways that I do not like the game and they do like the game. There are many people who do have many other visions about it, many other things to talk about. That's why we are all different from each other. But I am dangerously different than you folks. I'm the most dangerous person on earth. God did create this, completely truthful. So I'm completely truthful and completely dangerous. This is when you are very truthful. You cannot lie. You become the most dangerous person on earth. You also know everything. You become the most dangerous person on earth. Horrific, you know. I do walk a horrific way of God. I can tell you, folks. I can tell you about the real stories of God. I'm telling you, it's very dangerous to walk with God. It's horrific, cataclysmic. It's dangerous to walk among the people when you walk with a spirit like this, so clean, so nice, so good. That's why I'm the most dangerous person on earth. Because I really do walk with God. I really do love God. And I also really do walk with demons. It's not only in the games, folks. It's for real. I walk with demons. Real demons. I fight with them all the time. So this is what I did get. I did get a very nice person next to me called God. But I also did get demons. They are bloody real. You get this free. It's a free gift. But only when you walk with God. And you cannot say that you walk with God. So you also cannot say that you walk with demons. You only need to watch out that you will not become a demon. It's time for this kind of story, folks. That you all will become demons. I'm warning you. The demon world is not so locked up anymore. But the world of visions, folks, it's locked up and God only do have the key. And the dreamer of it do have the key. But God is the gate and the key keeper of that type of dreams. It go very high. It's very realistic than a normal dream. So this is about dreams and Final Fantasy 13, folks. Why I do these two together? Because I think in some kind of way it fit. It fit. We live in a world like war, but we also do live in a dream world. If you're gonna play Final Fantasy 13, you will understand me better in what I'm talking about. And wake up, or you will become the dream in your own world and will be locked up in your dream in your own world. I want you to wake up quickly before it will be too late. So I'm warning all the time. Folks, you do not have the clock what works. You do not have the time of God. You do have your own time. The time of the people is not the time of God. There are many timetables, but the timetable of God do not belong to it because they don't know the timetable of God. So you can tell stories, but you always will be wrong, or you will be too early, or too late. And when you are too late, God go. So is it important? I think so. I don't want to miss anything of God, folks. So I'm there. When you are too early, but God is standing there on His time, then you need to wait a very long time before God will come. And then you will say to God, man, Father God, I did wait for you years and years and years. And God will tell you, well, your clock is not ticking. Time is standing still. I never will come in your time, but I will come in mine. So people disappointed and run away from God. I hear these stories all the time, folks, and I tell these people not to run away from God. Stay with God and wait for the real timetable of God. You only can be wrong if you do not know of the things you talk or the time of the things. Do you know the signs and the times of the things? Did he not tell you so? And folks, this is what you all gonna miss. You're gonna miss the time of God. But the time of God, there is where you see all the things happening. It's in the timetable of God. So when I go and wait for God, then I go a few minutes before He will come. But you will go now and you will sit there years. So you go home, you stay there for maybe an hour, 2 hours, or for the hard ones, maybe one day, and the really hard ones, they camping there. But the story will say you will go from it because God did not come. God did leave you completely alone. This is where your time is standing still. And my clock is working. So do you know the signs and the time? Because God always will be right on time. But you will be or too early or too late. And I mean, for the people who will be too late are the people who will not listen. They will be too late. But these things behind or before, you need to stand in the middle to be with God. You cannot be for God or after God. You need to be with God, not around Him. You need to be in God so that you will understand God. Go into God, not standing next to Him and all that kind of shit, or behind Him, or above Him, or whatever. Go in the Spirit of God and you will get the Spirit of God. Go in it. You need to go in it. Or you always will be or too early or too late. The early things you will forget because it will take a long time before it will come true. So both of these things are not good. It makes you wonder. Well, I wait for God now how many years? And then God comes. And you are gray and old. And you say, I did wait for you, Father God, but why it took so long? Then God will say, yeah, you are not my son. You are not my child. I never did touch you. You did go your own way. And you did take the wrong time, the wrong stories you told to people. And this is how God will talk to you. For the people who are too early, but will wait for God. And for the people who are too late, God will say, you are too late. I can do nothing for you. So in that way, you better be too early, but you gonna miss God anyway. Too late, we know, it's gone. But too early, you still do have a chance. So for these early people, I want you to take my clock. My clock only is working in this world. Your clock, folk, is standing still. Take my clock. And know the the signs, and the time we are living in. Did you see the signs? And do you know the time?